Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 11 of May I Scraplift You, a hop started by Crystal Barrett with pineapple papers. And today I am scraplifting hildy.scraps on Instagram. And I know some other people are too. Crystal came up with a list of people who had approved or had said yes to us scraplifting them. And so I went with, for the most part, followed what she had. So Hildy.scraps. And I love this layout. It's so fun. And I love having the ability to use scraps and strips and all that. So I've decided to scrapbook this picture, even though it is horizontal and her picture is vertical. It is, yes, a bicycle on the beach, and I have this honey and spice paper pad, and it was pretty much gone, and I was looking for what I could scrapbook to use up some of these papers, because I literally have 2 full sheets and a bunch of scraps, and I found this piece of paper in here that has the bicycles on it, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have that picture from the bicycle on the beach, so I am going to use that. So I'm going to use this collection and try and use up some more of these papers. So it is Honey and Spice by Heidi Swap, and I think I got it on clearance for sure from maybe, I don't know, Joann Fabrics maybe. So this is where I keep my branding strips or little strips like when you cut your papers down by 1/4 or 1/2 inch when you're matting them. So this is where I keep them, and these are the loosey-gooseys and the collections that I don't have separated out. So those are some Amy Tangerine, and that's pretty much all I have left of that collection. This one right here is the Art for Everyone by Vicki Boutin. And I do have more of that collection, but I love to keep that stuff together. And then there's some loose ones that are just random and not from a collection. So these are the ones that actually go with this collection for Honey and Spice. And I plan on using them as all the little strips. And like I said, there's even a couple in there that are the bicycles. So I'm excited about that. And then I have this Pink Paisley by Paige Evans Horizon, and of course I picked it because there are 2 stickers on here that have bicycles on them with the little basket, and I thought it was super cute, and I thought that the colors would go well with this collection. One is pretty fall, and then the other one is pretty springy summery, but that's okay. So here's my papers. I've got my embellishments. I have this super cute picture, and I have this really great fun layout. So let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did was pull, like I said, I only have 2 solid papers, and this one right here is one of them. In her layout, she's got a wood grain, and the wood grain is going up and down. So I went ahead and did the stripes, and I had them going up and down as well, which actually I really like because the way that the strips of paper are going to be going will be against the flow instead of going with the flow if I had it horizontal. So I really do like that, and I will be honest, I didn't think of that while I was doing it. I was just kind of following along with what she had done. So I do take my Tim Holtz Distress Oxide in Walnut Stain. Actually, it is not a Distress Oxide, you all. I just lied. It's just a Distress ink. So sorry. And it's not even Walnut Stain, you all. It's Vintage Photo. Oh my gosh. Sorry, so sorry. I totally lied. Anyway, I did ink every single one of those strips, and I did not make you watch me because that would have been crazy. And then I cut this 4.5 by 6.5 with that big floral paper, and then I matte my picture. I didn't cut it down at all. I matte my picture on a white 4.5 by 6.5, but I'm going to trim that down to where it's just a very thin border. And then I do ink that in black soot, which is also just a distress ink. And then I mat it down on that big floral paper. And part of that is black, so you can't even see that I inked it. But part of it's like pink and green, and you can see where I inked it there. So I literally just go through like I'm giving my paper a haircut and trim little bits and pieces here and there. And there's no rhyme or reason. I'm not alternating in a way like short, long, short, long. I just don't want the first one to be the same length as the second to be the same length as the third. I don't care if the first and the third are the same length. I just don't want them side by side being the same length. So then I lay my picture down. I'm trying to make sure that I cover as many of the circles in the middle because these are branding strips from a paper pad. So there is a circle in the middle. And this right here, what I'm doing is a fabulous thought. However, some of those get trimmed out because I am going to cut some little fishtails in some of them and some little strips off. So, you know, it's fine because some of them did not get cut and they needed to have that inking on the edge. I put that word together, those two words together. You all, I think I should go to bed. Anyway, so some of them I cut off the end and I do not go back and re-ink, which I am going to do, but I didn't think of it until after I started this recording. So in the close-ups, you will not see them inked, but I promise they will be inked when I take pictures. So I just get some of there. None of them are, like, it's not, this one's cut, this one's not, this one's cut, this one's not. It is whichever ones I felt were long enough and would work, I trimmed them. So I am not putting those stickers down on my mat. There is a piece of acetate that came out of a sticker pack that I had finished up, and I'm putting my stickers down on that so that I can hold on to them until I'm ready to put them down. So I didn't want you to think that, you know, it was safe to just stick your stickers down on your mat because probably not. And if they're thin stickers, they would tear. These are a little thicker. They're not cardstock or anything, but they are a thicker than those thin like washi or paper, real thin paper. So I definitely know I'm going to use those bicycles and I am going to use all those word phrases. I do put a couple of those hearts back though. And those all came from the Horizon collection. So I know a lot of people use wax paper, and I like that too, but I like using the acetate because it's clear and I can see through it and kind of put it places and be like, and decide if I like it or not. I know some people will take the sticky off the back, but I'm not going to do that because the way I scrapbook is kind of like put it down and move on, and probably not the best well thought out way to do things. So I definitely do not fault people who take the sticky off because that's probably smart. But you know, I scrap, you know, kind of crazy like, and that's just my style. It's fine. So I get those word phrases down and realize I do not like them. They are top heavy with that one, and the pink being at the bottom doesn't look right to me. So I take them all off. And then I'm going to put the bigger one on the bottom so it's more like a table for them to sit on. But I've put a strip of double-sided tape up the middle first. And I know I'm going to put the stickers there because that's where the circles from the paper pad cut out on those branding strips are. So I want to make sure I cover those. So they just say favorite memory, good times, wander, and simple things. And simple things is super fitting because it is a simple thing. It's just a bicycle in the middle of the beach. It's not like any, you know, crazy thing or whatever. It just was funny to me. And fun, good times is definitely appropriate because we definitely had a good time hanging out at the beach with my family. But anyway, I put the word phrases on there and I kind of alter them, but they're still, don't look like they're going to topple because the bigger one is on the bottom and the pink is in the middle, so it kind of breaks up the green. So then I decide I'm going to use these thickers, but they're Heat Wave, and I could have used a lot of the options from here, but decided I wanted to use Delightful because I just thought that this bicycle in the middle of the beach was funny and it was just kind of delightful. I mean, I guess I could have used Carefree, which is on there. I was not going to use Sun and Fun, or on the back there's a bunch of other ones like Awesome and stuff, but I felt like Delightful was the most fitting, so I do use Nuvo Deluxe adhesive on the back of it just because it's on a bunch of layers and some mixed a little bit of ink, and I do like to adhere my puffy stickers and these thicker stickers with some glue. Whew. So, all that, and I'm out of breath. Gosh. You all, it's time for bed. I'm pretty sure that I should be headed that direction, although it really isn't all that late. It's just 10:30. Maybe I'm getting old, y'all. Anyway, so I put 3 drops of Nuvo Deluxe down in the bottom right corner, and I'm going to use these really cool star, sunbeam, whatever you want to call them. They look more like stars or sunshines to me. And I put 2 or 3 of those down there in the corner, so it's going to bring that gold from the Delightful down to the bottom right. And then I'm going to put some Nuvo Deluxe up in the top, and I'm going to use the 3 of the different hearts in the different colors from that Horizon sticker sheet. And I just tuck them in or add them to the end of the little strip so that it brings those colors from the title and the bicycles over to that corner. Whew. All right. And then I lift the D up a little and tuck that blue heart underneath there. So the blue matches the bicycle, the pink matches the other bicycle, and then that green just helps with that green pop in the middle with the letters or the words that I've got in the middle. So I'm just using some Nuvo Deluxe to get those bicycles glued down because they are not flat on the surface because they're kind of on top of the picture and on the papers. And I didn't want to put them on foam. I'm trying to make some of my layouts a little flatter because I'm known to make them very bulky and very three-dimensional between my Dottie About Flair and using fun foam and thickers and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes you just have to have a thinner layout. So I took one of the florals and I cut it in half so that I would have the exact same color combination on both sides. And I tuck one in up here on the top right and one at the bottom left. And it's going to give me that triangle effect of the bright pink, like from that heart and the words. And so really I have a diagonal and a triangle, and I like that. And then the other thing I'm going to do is put this The Best Yet right here. I thought about putting it a couple different places, but decided I was going to put it right here on top of the blue bicycle because that's what it matches anyway. And I felt like that was a good place for it. So it kind of brings another word phrase down to the bottom instead of putting another one up at the top. And then I don't know, what am I doing now? Oh, I wanted to find a way to cover up the holes in the bottom, but I didn't want more word phrases. So I remember seeing this little cut apart that had the bicycle on it, and it says The Story. And there was a bunch more to that cut apart. It had like destination and time, said going places and some other stuff like that. But I didn't need all of that, so I literally just cut the part out I wanted, and I ink it with that vintage photo, and so that it'll stand out. And then I tuck it in underneath the picture and a little bit under the bicycle, but you can still see where it says The Story. And then I think the other thing that I have not done yet is put 3 dots of Nuvo Deluxe. Yep, up there in the top right. And I'm going to put 3 of the little hearts from that Heat Wave Thickers collection up there, so it gives me that triangle again of the gold from the title to the star / sunshines to the hearts. And then I just journal about when we got to the dunes and the beach at the end of the street from where we were at the beach house. We found some interesting things, and one of them was this bike all alone in the middle of the beach. A guy did come over and get on it and take off on it, but and I'm hoping that it was his because I don't know. It was just there. And then we saw this guy come by and it was gone. So here's hoping that that bicycle got back to where it belonged. So anyway, here is the close-up of Hildy's layout. Super cute. It's going to disappear. And then I'm going to have to, yep, see, there it is. Yep, now you get to see all of the fun things that I've got on my camera. So Hildy.scraps, and I hope that you will go and check her Instagram account out. And I also hope that you will go down in the description box where all of the amazing creatives who are hopping along on a daily basis or every once in a while or however often with the May I Scraplift You, their links are below. And they are super fun and lots of creative things are happening and really neat ideas. So I hope you all will go check that out. And then tomorrow I will be back for day 12 of May I Scraplift You. So I hope you will come back and see me then. Have a great day and happy scrapping.